We finally got around to playing the Crowsworn demo, and this is the same demo that was sent out to backers of the Crowsworn Kickstarter who backed the minimum $55. And trying to talk about this demo without talking about Hollow Knight or the upcoming sequel Silksong is going to be nearly impossible. Crowsworn and Hollow Knight Silksong have been linked together for numerous reasons. They're both dark Metroidvanias. Mongoose Rodeo have listed Hollow Knight as a major inspiration along with Bloodborne and Devil May Cry. Matthew Griffin is the director of marketing for both Team Cherry and Mongoose Rodeo, and finally, in the wait for Silksong, people have looked for something like Crowsworn to fill the void. Having spent substantial time with the Crowsworn demo and dozens upon dozens of hours in Hollow Knight, our conclusion is that Crowsworn is currently our most anticipated Metroidvania. This is likely an opinion that won't go over well with many, especially people who haven't played any of Crowsworn, so we tried to determine why we felt that way outside of just a feeling, and we were able to narrow it down to 3 reasons. Before we jump into the why, if you're one of the nearly 20,000 people that backed Crowsworn and have played the demo, go to the comments and tell me which Metroidvania you're anticipating more and why. One person's trash is another person's demo. If you consider that this demo contains areas that didn't make the final game, then you have to imagine what remains in the game is pretty incredible. Mongoose Rodeo didn't want to spoil Crowsworn, even if it was just the beginning or select sections of the game that most demos do. Playing the start of a game multiple times also takes away some of the charm and excitement away, and that can carry over to your entire experience. However, these random scraps of Crowsworn didn't work together well, and they felt disjointed, and in the words of the developers, there was no soul behind this demo. What Mongoose Rodeo did was take all of the cut content and create some newly designed areas to create something that felt like a more cohesive experience. Now, the easier thing to do was to just stitch these rooms together and release it, but that wasn't good enough. So there are 2 things to take away from reading between the lines of the demo release. The first is that the standards of Mongoose Rodeo are extremely high, which is a good thing. And second, the level of quality in what didn't make the game is also extremely high, and both of these bode very well for the full release of Crowsworn. Great feel and polish. The demo feels very clean and highly polished. The sound of your feet as you dash through dark puddles, the way your shadow bounces off certain elements in the background with its parallax environment, how tight the controls feel, and how weighty the combat feels. Drawing from their Bloodborne inspiration, every single enemy is challenging. They react differently every time, and it's just as easy to be overwhelmed very quickly from low-level mobs. The demo feels extremely good, and as a reminder, none of this is going to be included in the final game, and the demo is representative of the state of Crowsworn at least a year ahead of its release. The demo did run perfectly on Steam Deck. Unfortunately, the demo hadn't been optimized for Steam Deck controls, so you had to connect a keyboard and mouse and then remap it to Steam Deck, which was a bit cumbersome, but when you finally got it, it feels excellent and very much at home on the deck. Without a doubt, this game will be verified on Steam Deck at release, and it also makes me wish that we had the OLED version for all the black contrasting areas to explode off the screen. Tone. We are over the moon as excited about Hollow Knight Silksong as most of you are too. We love Metroidvanias, and it's one of the best. There is no doubt after playing the demo that Crowsworn and Silksong will both have the juice. However, the tone of Crowsworn just resonates with us on a deeper level. It's grungier, it's more gothic, it's more foreboding. The score of the game is constantly ominous and uneasy. It feels much more akin to very dark experiences like Bloodborne and Darkest Dungeon. This reason is much harder to put into words, but it's just a feeling that you have when experiencing this game, and you'll just have to wait and find out for yourself. We are currently working on our most anticipated indie games of 2025, and Crowsworn is easily in the top 10. Our only concern is if it will actually release in 2025. Before leaving, consider subscribing if you learned anything new from the video or enjoyed the vibes. If you're unfamiliar, we're trying to cultivate a community full of positivity that's free from toxicity and negativity. That's everything for today, but until next time, be good to your fellow gamer, but be better to your fellow human.